Welcome to Bless This Mess and the True Crime Podcast. I'm Kara here with Stu. Say hey, Stu.
Hey.
All right, we are back with the second installment of Maternal Instinct because we ran out of time last time.
We did.
Yes, I was. So if you didn't listen to the first one, which you should go back and listen to, but we're doing a little different this time because I watched this documentary. This is the documentary on Netflix. Mm-hmm. I watched the documentary. Stu did not.
I popped in occasionally.
Occasionally. He did not. So I took extensive notes on the documentary. So all of this is written. I just wrote it like I was thinking at the time. So it would not make sense for Stu to read part of it. I didn't write it like a normal one. That's why it also took us forever to get through. Or it's going to take us 2 times to get through. So anyways, we appreciate everyone on Patreon. If you'd like to join our Patreon, patreon.com/bless this mess podcast, you get all the episodes 24 hours early and ad free. And then we also do our semi-regular Shoot the Poo, where we just talk about stuff. Normally we talk about some sort of documentary on there. And then just updates on our life, like moving, like we have to talk about the next one we didn't get to because we were trying to finish up our trip, and then the kids interrupted us. We got to talk about.
Sped through that.
We sped through that. We can go back and touch on stuff if we need to, but I'm sure everybody's tired of hearing about the trip because I never finished posting about the trip.
Still on 19 of 28.
Yes, day 19 of 28. We all died. I wonder people if they ever find that are like, where's the rest of them? They're like, it's something happened to these people. No, nobody cares. But
one of our listeners called her friend at the Florida Highway Patrol to see if we died.
Oh,
because there was a wrong way drive.
And it was a family.
Yes.
That's terrible. I would tell you what, them Florida drivers were crazy. But we appreciate everybody who was concerned about us and checking in on us. And then I was going... So anyways, this Shoot the Poo, then the one next week, we're going to talk about our house hunting and Crazy Lady and Pig Lady and where we're at with that process and everything. And then rate, review, subscribe on wherever you get your podcast. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I share our dinners every night. I will get back to sharing the true crime. I just haven't been watching a lot because we've been swimming every night, so I just haven't been watching a lot. But I do share true crime recommendations, like documentaries, and then the dinner each night. So, all right.
I share memes with you.
Yes, that go nowhere. I don't even look at them most of the time.
Well, you asked me what was wrong with me when I sent you that Pink Panther one today.
Yes, what is wrong with you? Anyways, okay, I wanted to update everybody because I feel like we left them hanging. We forgot. I think it was in the regular episode, not last time, but the time before, about the crazy man that was on the loose. And I was like, I was so stressed out that...
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so let's update you guys on... This turned into a full-blown, situation.
National story.
Yes, this turned into a situation here. So... If you recall, there was we were talking about the crime in here, and I think we've talked about all the crazy things like the SWAT team raid in the neighborhood next to us, the motorcycle guy getting shot on the interstate, all this stuff. So then the latest one was there was a guy, and he was stopped by, or at the time it was said that he was stopped by police. He decided to just start shooting at them, and he took off, and they couldn't find him, or they couldn't catch him. So they're all night long they're looking for him. They got helicopters, drones, police everywhere looking for this guy. Well, I was very concerned about this because it's just like you just have once you've shot at a police officer, you don't really have much. He was getting charged. It said in the news, he was getting charged with
attempted capital murder of a police officer.
Yeah, so he's either the death penalty or life in jail. Those are your 2 options with no parole. So he's going away for life, or he's getting the death penalty. So he ain't got nothing to live for. He's just those people scare me. They can just go all out in a blaze of glory, and he did. So we didn't hear anything about him the
About
next
2
day.
days, yeah.
Yeah, it was like a full day, and everybody. I was still concerned. I was just freaked out about it.
Walking.
We're not going walking. I was paranoid about all that stuff, and because it was a small area, he was only a couple miles from us, like so he could have easily made it on foot. So everyone, I was talking to people at work, and one person at work was like, oh, he's already out of here. But I started thinking about it. I was like, I don't think he's out of here because he left his car. So unless he could find a person that wanted to aid and abet a fugitive who had shot at police, he is not getting out of this town. He is somewhere in this town. Like
It's 5 hours from anywhere.
Yes, we're on the middle of fucking nowhere. You can't even like take off on foot. You'll die of a heat stroke out there.
Yes.
Like it's not that he can just hop to another town or something like that. There's no it's not like that out here. You gotta be on a bus, a car, or something. And he didn't have his vehicle.
Yeah, it's the longest 2 hours from here to Abilene.
Yes,
you'd swear it was a 5-hour drive.
Yeah, just that, and then you're like, man, we're still not in
you're
civilization.
Still got another 2.5, 3 hours to go to get to Dallas.
Yes. So nothing happens the next day. Well, then the next day, I was headed to work. And all of a sudden, I see all these like police cars flying by and everything. It's like this is like 8:15 in the morning or so. I was running late to work. Anyways, I've been running late a lot to work. I see all these police cars going by and everything like that. So I get to work, and I think that was the morning I was telling my coworkers, and the one was like, "Oh, it's fine. He's probably gone or whatever." And I was like, "No, I feel like something bad's like this guy has got nothing to live for." So next thing you know, we start getting them. Actually, nothing happened. It was so crazy. They didn't even tell the emergency system when the guy was on the loose. It took them like 12 or 14 hours to even let everybody know that there was like an armed fugitive
on the
loose and who he was and everything like that. And so then I start getting like, I have the Nextdoor app, so it'll just like start pop up, and they're like, and so it was saying there's cops all over the place at this location. So I open it up, and there's a guy on a main area. He'd holed up in an old veterinary hospital, an abandoned veterinary hospital.
Yes.
But he's down there, it's abandoned, but he's down there by the I-20 business and stuff. So there's tons of businesses there and everything. And he just opens fire. He's just shooting at everybody. And so in the end, it took him like 2 to 3 hours to get this guy. Like they had every single.
Well, I don't think they got him. I think he got himself.
Well, I mean, yeah, he killed himself, but he went on for like 2 or 3 hours. He was holed up in that building. Anyways, he ended up, they had every single law enforcement agency that you could possibly think of over here. But what's crazy is the emergency notification didn't go out for like an hour into this. So people were still driving, didn't know what was going on, and driving over there and stuff like that. And this guy's just shooting at people at random. So anyways, he ended up shooting 11 people. One person did die, and then he did kill himself. But it was crazy. We weren't anywhere near it. It was on the other side of town, but that was what I was afraid of. It was like this guy, because imagine
just pop up anywhere.
Yeah, imagine if he did walk on foot a mile or two and ends up in our neighborhood and we're walking our children, and he comes upon us. He don't care. He was like very heavily armed too. So apparently, I got a little bit of inside scoop. I don't know what all I'm allowed to say, so I'm just gonna say the one part because I feel like it's like probably
common knowledge.
Apparently, his girlfriend broke up with him. He'd lost his job, and it seemed that him opening fire at the police was kind of like a suicide by cop attempt or something. Like he just was like, F it. And so he had all this, he had tons of ammo and everything like that. And this was, I guess, his plan was to just get the cops to shoot him, or he just didn't care anymore.
Well, I don't even know how he got that far. He evidently had multiple firearms violations already.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't even know why he wasn't even in jail.
I don't know. But anyway, so that's what happened with that story. So I was right to be worried about that guy. And then the next day we had not the next day, but just a couple days ago, the guy walked into that business shot. We got to get the fuck out of here, guys. Everybody acts like Houston is so dangerous. For the population of this town,
for the per capita.
Yes, it's extremely dangerous here. So, well, I say that I'm being facetious, but I won't know if it's extremely dangerous, but it feels very dangerous here right now. It's a lot of escalations.
Yeah, it's like it's a little hotter this summer or something. Everybody's losing their goddamn mind.
Yeah, a guy walked into a business that I think he worked at. It must have been a disgruntled employee situation. He shot 2 people in there and killed them and then shot himself. That was just the other day. So it's just like every day it seems like there's something going on.
Yeah, at that oil field service company. Yeah.
Yes. So, anyways, so that's the update on that. So all that to say, I was right. The guy was crazy, and we did need to be concerned about him.
Yes, we just swam that day.
Yes, we just swam. We've swam every day because
it's hot as
it's
fuck
too
here.
hot. We can't take the baby. We can't. It's got really hot here fast this time, and so we can't take the baby out in this heat.
It's 100 degrees every day.
Yeah, it's 100 degrees. It takes, and so we even have to wait to swim sometimes because it's just too hot. The sun's beating down too hard. So we've been swimming. I take the big kids swimming every night, and Stu hangs out inside with the baby.
And the 2-year-old.
Well, she goes with us sometimes. She's tired here lately, though. She's been real tired. I don't know if she's going through a growth spurt, but she's also been like in the doesn't want to eat phase. You know, she ate all her food tonight. She mowed that down. But
And passed out on the couch.
And passed out on the couch. So, I don't know. She refuses to take a nap, and so I think that's part of it or whatever.
I even tried to put her down for a nap today. She refused.
But she might just be in a little growth spurt. I don't know. Who knows with these kids? Anyway, so that is our update, our true crime update for,
all these psychos around here.
Yes. And so, so speaking of psychos, we're going to go ahead and get into the second part.
I'm going to talk about Taylor some more.
Yes. Can you keep
Taylor
talking
Swift.
so I can find where we are in this?
So anyway, last week we discovered that Taylor Swift was a psychopath.
What? Not Taylor Swift.
Oh.
I cannot believe Taylor Swift is going to get married at Madison Square Garden. I know everybody's like, oh, she can make it inside whatever she wants. She has so much money. She could have got married on a private island somewhere and everything. Maybe it's a decoy. Maybe it's a decoy. That's all I can think. She's supposed to be getting married here this weekend. It's July 3rd to me seems like a weird day too. But I'm not a big July 4th fan.
What? That's the greatest holiday ever.
It
goes July 4th, Mardi Gras, then Halloween.
Oh. You are so wrong. That's no.
Yes.
You don't even do anything for July 4th.
Doesn't matter. It's still the greatest holiday ever.
No, I would say Halloween.
No.
Christmas.
No.
I guess I'll throw Mardi Gras in there, but I'm not really truly Cajun, so I'd feel like I'm taking something from somebody. I don't feel like I should.
I'm not Cajun either.
But you grew up there.
So
I was just a transplant for a few years. Okay. So where we left off was Stephanie and Cody. They were the best friends.
Like
Stephanie's
a dog with a bone.
With the dog with bone. Stephanie's like, this bitch is lying, and I am going to figure it out. And Cody's like, you need to calm down. You're crazy. And
she said, no, I'm going to get on the social media and do some sleuthing.
Yes. And so she's been just sleuthing and trying to convince Cody like she is lying about this pregnancy. So the next thing that happens is everyone in Taylor's life starts getting these nasty text messages and emails. They were threatening, like insulting, just saying mean things.
Some gross language.
Yes. So also in these emails, they were stating how they were going to make Taylor out to be a liar and make her look basically like she was like a full bait. What did I write?
I don't know what you wrote.
They were going to make Taylor out to be a liar. And anyway, so then Taylor comes in after all this, these texts saying that Taylor's lying, she's crazy and all this stuff. And then she says, well, it was my mom that was sending all this stuff. Because remember,
her mom is a real bitch.
Because if you recall, she's always said her mom is crazy and out to get her and everything that. So this is just like a new way. Her mom's been texting all this stuff.
She's blocking the money coming from grandma.
Yes. So anyway, so that's what nobody else found this out. Taylor found this out and told everybody. So at this point, she
found it out.
Yes. So at this point, she had to contact the people at the ranch the real estate agents and say that she was not going to be able to go through with the deal because her mom, after her mom did all this stuff with text message, her mom decided to make everything difficult for her. And she said that once her mom found out that she was pregnant with Wade's baby, that her mom cut her off. And it was she wasn't going to be allowed to get her inheritance. None of this makes sense because I don't understand how. At first you were going to get the money, but your mom hated you.
You're getting it from grandma.
Yeah.
Somehow mom's blocking it coming from grandma.
Yes. And then you were going to get it anyways. And then your mom went out to got mad at you, and now you're not going to get it, but you weren't getting it from her in the first place. You were getting it from grandma. But mom has hated you this entire time, so why would she ever give you money then? So nothing makes sense because it's all
bunch of bullshit.
Yes. So then in the documentary, we start talking about Taylor in high school. So Taylor used to be very heavy in high school, and she used to meet boys specifically online and then try to catfish them by asking her friends, which were, other girls, to send her pictures of themselves from the neck. So she would ask her friends to take nude pictures from the neck down.
Wait, what?
Taylor would ask.
Not clothed pictures, nude pictures?
Yes.
And her friends would give them to her?
No, she would ask. She would ask them. She would ask them. She's trying to catfish. She was trying. So she was heavier.
So she'd take a picture of the face, and then she would try to get.
Or she would just send the picture, or she just wanted to send the picture from the neck down so that they couldn't see the face. Anyways, she tried this. They did not give her the pictures or whatever, but that was what she was going to do with them, was send nudes to these boys online and pretend it was her, but she was catfishing them because it was her friends. But, man, she would be dangerous with AI right now if she was able to, or if she was that young with AI. Good Lord.
Oh, there's probably women out there right now messing with it. I didn't even think of that. Glad I'm not in the dating pool.
Now, it could happen for you again.
I know it could.
Now, at some point, she gets a gastric sleeve and she loses a bunch of weight. So there was a woman that she worked with. So another woman in the documentary that talks to him is someone that worked with her at the hiring agency, and she had lost a child right after her child was born. And Taylor said that she had lost a daughter the same time or after she was born due to brain damage. So she's lying to this woman who's had this awful thing happen to her where she's lost a child. And so the lady's like, we really bonded over the fact that she had lost a child as well right after it was born due to brain damage, and I had lost a child. Like, wasn't it crazy that both happened to us and everything? And she was real upset in the documentary. She started crying about, like, she was like, that was like
I opened up to this bitch and she was just playing me like a fool.
So anyway, so the lady later learns that this was a complete lie. Now, at this time, Taylor was fired from that job because they found out she was actually not doing her job. She wasn't doing anything. She just, so she worked at this hiring agency, and she's supposed to be processing these applications and stuff for jobs, for temp jobs or whatever, and she never did any of it.
So all these people are just missing rent and shit because she's like, F it.
Yeah, she's never actually putting in any of the applications that are submitted to her for different. I'm assuming the applications are submitted, and then the hiring agency finds the job that might fit you, and then
they're supposed to match them to a job.
Yes. So she's terrible. So anyway, so she moves on to photography. She does weddings, maternity, baby, all these types of photography jobs. She's not a professional photographer.
No,
though.
she's probably terrible like that one we hired in Colmar.
Yes,
I got a camera. I'm just going to pretend I know what I'm doing.
Now, this is where she meets Reagan. So Reagan, if you recall, Reagan was the one. Have we talked about Reagan?
I don't think so.
Yes, we talked about her mom finding Reagan. Didn't we already talk about that? No. Okay, sorry. Okay, so this is where she meets Reagan. Great, now I've lost my dang spot, Stuart. This is all your fault.
Reagan hired Taylor to do photography for her wedding.
Yes, Reagan hired Taylor to do photography for her wedding.
I just said that.
Okay, so Taylor, she's charismatic is what they say. I find they never said she lit up a room, but they use the word charismatic. To me, that's like, a manipulative bitch is what it is.
Fungal. I mean, a fun gal.
Yes. So she got herself embedded with the bridesmaids and the brides. I mean, she's in some of the photos. Everybody liked her. She's taking selfies with the family and stuff like that. I mean, she just was... She's basically like she was a friend of the family going to the wedding or something to take photos.
Didn't know them before they needed a photographer, but here we are.
Now, during this whole time, Taylor is ordering the fake ultrasounds online and then orders a silicone belly. The belly was weird because she had videos of it like it was kicking. So I don't know if she got ones. I'm sure they make fake ones that probably do some motions or whatever, like a kick or something like that. Because others even said, hey, I felt the baby kick. So, I mean, I don't know if she's lying. This is, really strange. Anyway, so I thought maybe it was something with this silicone belly that it had a little function in there to...
You didn't sleuth that out to see if they make them?
No, I didn't.
You want me to look that up right now?
No.
Okay.
I'm sure they make that. That doesn't seem that hard to make. Okay, so Stephanie's not buying any of this shit. Now, she... because she's going back to the thing, like, all of a sudden she's telling her husband, she was skinny in this picture. Like, she literally didn't look like and then all of a sudden she just, bam. Like, we didn't even, like...
Got a bump.
We didn't even, I mean, it was a big bump too. We didn't like gradually move into this. We didn't do anything. She just was like,
there's
these
a bump
people
there one day.
are old. I mean,
she didn't get the,
what?
The sizes.
No, she did not progressive. She just went from nothing to something.
She didn't do the belly training like
what I find crazy is this whole time Wade is just a complete dumbass apparently because he can't.
Bring my beer, girl?
Yeah. So.
Did you pick up my 12-pack? Girl, you getting a little thick?
So anyways, because Reagan liked to post, or not Reagan, Taylor liked to post on social media, so there was an obvious trail that she could follow, Stephanie could. Anyway, so it's during this COVID time, so Wade says that he's not allowed to go to the appointments whenever, because they do interview him, they're like, hey, like, yo... How did you not realize she wasn't actually
pregnant?
Can't go to
the appointment, COVID.
Anyways, he said he couldn't go to the appointments. And then he said at the times he was able to go or that he was allowed to go, Taylor would say that the doctor had an emergency or somebody else went into labor, so they had to cancel and reschedule. Wade also was confiding in Cody and telling him that, she won't let me get anywhere near her to touch her or anything like that, and that they hadn't had sex for 4 or 5 months. Which Cody was like completely in shock. He's like, "What are you doing?" He said, "We hadn't had sex. They hadn't had sex in 4 or 5 months." I'm like, "What are you talking about, man?
Come on, man.
What are you talking about?" He could not believe that
he hadn't had sex in that long.
That they hadn't had sex in that long. Like he was like, "What are you?" It was like Cody's a character. Let me tell you. So now that is how Wade.
So from conception. They're not going to have sex until sometime after the baby's born?
Yes. Why are you looking at me like that?
What? It's a question.
Listen, Stu, okay? All right, so now we meet Kelly. Her name is Kelly. Oh, shoot. Something happened with this. I'm going to have to... it was Kelly May. That's her name. Kelly May. Her middle name's May. Her last name's May.
Shut up.
Spelled different ways. And the funny thing is that she went by that. Like, she goes by Kelly May.
My name's Kelly May.
Yes. Kelly May.
It is unique. Why not go with it?
So she talks about how Taylor reached out to her in August of 2020 to get some maternity photos done. Now, Kelly May specialized in Western photography, so like horses, all the things that Wade likes, because if there's anything that Taylor's going to do, she's going to make sure that Wade is into it.
Mm-hmm.
So like the cow coming out to do the gender reveal, the horses and the pregnancy photos and stuff. Now, she even sent Kelly May some ideals that she had. Ideas. Yes. Yes, everybody. I do know. I've had to change my videos. I open them because I'm so tired of people telling me how to say.
I've been telling her that for years.
I know how to say. I know what ideas is and ideals is, and I know how to say them. It's just that whenever I'm just speaking, my brain doesn't do that. So I have to make it intentional. Be like, oh, Taylor sent her some ideas, and it's like a training mechanism for me that I would have to train myself. And at this point in time, I'm well past that, okay? A lot of people say things wrong, okay? Especially people say that. That drives me insane. But do I say, you said especially? Anyways, that's just my rant. But I've changed what I say in my intro videos.
What about an espresso?
Or espresso. It's espresso, folks, okay? So I say that wrong. Other people say other things wrong. Let's just let it be, okay?
Now that people know that it bothers you, they're just going to do it more.
No, they're not.
You don't think?
Not the listeners, no.
Not
they
our
would not do
listeners.
that to me. Well, no. How are they going to... Okay, I'm moving on from this, okay? I'm just going to stop saying it. But it's funny because when I did this talks to text, they put ideals.
Because you said ideals?
Yes. Okay, so Taylor even sent her ideas she had for photos. They even did one where they're like pretending to brand a horse and pink smoke is coming out of the smoke or whatever. Kelly said that the whole photo shoot went really well. Everybody was super nice. They got along really well. She said that she could even see herself being friends with them, on just a regular basis. Because again, Taylor on a short-term basis in an immediate meeting is, outgoing, fun, friendly, charismatic, if you will.
I think we know somebody like that.
Who's that? Me?
No. You meet him, he's fine, he's fun in short bursts.
Okay. You're telling me.
And then he goes crazy and then gets banned.
Yes, we do know a person of that type, Stuart. We're not going to go into that one, but we do know a person.
Ooh, that's some juicy gossip right there.
So anyways, so like I said, she could see herself being friends with Taylor and even Wade. Now, Taylor, she goes and posts these maternity photos online, which one that she's super proud of or whatever they showed. She only got 28 likes, which is that's a little bit embarrassing.
Damn.
Okay.
Because everybody thought she was a fraud, or she just didn't have that many pictures?
I'm guessing
friends.
not that many people liked it. I don't know. I'm just like, she's so out there on social media. It's like, come on, you only got 28 likes? Come on, now. I'm saying it's embarrassing for someone like Taylor. She would be embarrassed by that, I would think.
I mean, if I get one like on my post,
You're like,
woohoo.
And it's usually not even from me.
No, it never is.
All right. So at this point, Mackenzie, who's Mackenzie? Oh, the friend. Mackenzie's the friend. She reaches out to Stephanie and she said there's no way she can be pregnant. She's had a hysterectomy because she sees these, maternity photos online. She's like, okay, the gig is up. Like, I got to tell somebody
She
that's
had all
in
her plumbing ripped out. There ain't no way.
I got to tell somebody in this immediate circle of Taylor's now, because Mackenzie said her whole thing was like, she said that she went and got a new group of friends that was, it's still a small area, but she went and got a totally different group of friends from whenever she was friends with Mackenzie and asking her, saying she pay her at least $50,000 to have her baby. Mm-hmm. And she was like, bitch, you don't even take care of your own kids. I ain't doing that.
I ain't giving you
and started getting weird about the baby. And those two friends left her. She got like this new group of friends. And so basically Mackenzie's like, I got
a whole new group of people to lie to.
Yes. Now, at this time, Taylor continues to develop this relationship with Reagan, who she, was the photographer at the wedding. Now, at this point, Reagan is pregnant as well. She's about 2 months behind Taylor. So Reagan and Taylor had a lot in common because Reagan had her first child when she was 17 as well, and they just became fast friends. So Reagan is super excited. She is pregnant with a little girl. All right, our third co-host has joined us. He's a little gassy tonight and is having a little issues. He's smiling at me now. So Stu's going to hold him, see if he'll be happy. And so we can continue on with the podcast, Stu. Mm-hmm. All right. So at this point, most of the people in Taylor's life know that this is a fake pregnancy, or are pretty sure. And that's including Wade's mom.
So she didn't dump all the friends that knew she had a hysterectomy from her Facebook social medias?
Well, I think she's one of those people that lets everything be public because she likes the attention. But
all these people know that she can't be pregnant because she's had all the plumbing pulled out.
I know. She's probably just, I don't know. She didn't think it through, okay?
He's got the same questions I do.
Yes. Anyway, she didn't think it through. So Wade's mom, kept talking to Wade and saying, "Hey, have you asked her this?" Like saying, "Hey, did you ask her about this, about these doctor's appointments? What's going on?" But Wade, without having any direct proof, he didn't want to like confront her and be like, "You're faking your pregnancy," without any.
He didn't want to
actual
lose
proof.
the ranch.
Yes. Well, the ranch ain't happening
Or
right
his
now, but
trucks
he
or his
still
toys
thinks maybe he still thinks something's going to happen or whatever. He said that there's no actual proof. He just has what people are saying around her. So they're all just kind of waiting for this ball to drop. I mean,
Well, it seems like Wade was looking for an excuse to broom this woman. So I don't know why he didn't start asking questions.
Yeah, I don't.
Like he
I
didn't
think
want to
he
be
really
with her.
because I think he thought that the money was still going to come through at some point. Is the only thing I can think.
So you think? So Wade had this coming.
Yes, so Wade is not an innocent party in this. I don't feel like. So they're saying, so everybody's like, okay, she's got to do something with this pregnancy. So everybody's just talking about her, which is just kind of funny. Everybody's just like talking and saying, hey, she's going to do a miscarriage or something like that because there has to be an end to the pregnancy. She can't be pregnant forever and she's not pregnant. So, and there's not going to be a baby. So what is she going to do? So the worst thing they're thinking is that she's just going to say she had a miscarriage and move on. Now, during this time, anyone who confronted Taylor with this information, she would blame her mom and say that her mom's been spreading rumors about her and trying to ruin their lives. So finally, Stephanie gets a hold of Taylor's aunt, who is able to give her the phone number of the mom. So Stephanie talks to Taylor's mom, and her mom confirmed that she had her hysterectomy. She's like, yes, she can't have no more babies. She says she tells her, she's like, we ain't got no money. We broke, okay? We ain't got no money.
There ain't no grandma.
There ain't no grandma with money, anything like that. And so she said, well, why haven't you told anybody that, your daughter's lying about this? Because she knows she's lying about it or whatever. And she said, well, she started threatening me that she wouldn't let me see my granddaughter. So she was holding one of the kids as a pawn. And based on Taylor, I'm guessing that maybe her mom was probably maybe the only one taking care of the granddaughter, or it was her and the ex, the baby daddy. I don't know. But she did not want to lose her granddaughter in this. So she's just like, okay, I'm going to have to be quiet because I'll never see my granddaughter again if I.
And bad things will happen because her mama probably won't take care of her.
Yes. So at this point, it comes to a head with Stephanie, Cody, and Wade. So Stephanie and Cody, they confront him with all this information and insists Taylor is and Wade insists that Taylor is telling the truth and that her mom is just lying. So she's like, Cody's like, this is all fucking bullshit. And I think he says it that way. And they end their friendship over this. They're like, this is bullshit. You're crazy. Like, I can't believe you're still going on about this, saying this. And I think it's because Wade was blinded by the money. He really thought that this money thing was going to come through. Because in the end of the documentary, he tells everybody, he's like, I never loved her. And stuff like that.
I just wanted the money.
Yes. Well, he never said that, but...
Well, if you say I never loved her, then why else were you in this relationship?
Yeah. So we're coming up on this due date, and where everyone's still
pins and needles. What's going to happen?
What's going to happen? So the documentary kind of goes through her internet history. She's trying to look into adoption.
She's going to try and buy a baby.
She's going to I don't think she's thought this through. You can't just be like, oh, let me adopt this baby. I need it next week.
Got any more of them newborns? Yeah. The old Dave Chappelle skit?
Yeah, so she is looking on Craigslist for a baby.
What?
She's looking at our baby. No. This is them bitches obviously you got to worry about them because they're crazy. They'll just come steal your baby out of your cart or something.
Yes.
So her due date comes and goes. So everybody's asking her what's going on. Wade was going, hey, when's the baby coming?
I just ruined a friendship over this.
And she said that the baby was too small and it still needs to keep growing. And Wade ain't got no clue. He just accepts this as like, okay, yeah, that's just what happens. They just keep growing until they get a certain size and they go.
Then they pop out. The little
I'm concerned about
out.
Wade's. I need to know where he went to school because we definitely can't be seeing.
He ain't bred again, has he?
I don't know. Hopefully with someone with a few more common sense and a few more brain cells.
Well, hopefully he just ain't procreated.
So now that they know that her due date is coming, they don't know what she's going to do. She hasn't announced a miscarriage or anything like that. Because at this point, if you announce a miscarriage and you're this far along, you're going to need like a a dead baby. Like
Yes.
like
You're gonna
that's
have
what
to
it
go
comes
bury
down
it.
to. Yes, you're going to need it's a full-grown baby at this point.
Well, you just throw your fake tummy in the coffin and you say it's in there.
Stuart, that's
What?
so
They ain't
messed
got to
up.
actually see an actual dead baby. She just throws
Well,
her fake
okay,
fake
but where
pregnancy
about
bill in there.
no, it's going to have to go to the who are the people, the
Morgue.
morgue, the people that do the funeral home directors and stuff like that. That's who puts them in the casket and stuff. This is so morbid. And you're holding a baby right now. It just makes this really, really messed up.
Well, he's saying it's messed up too.
So everybody in the medical field, because they all these people at that clinic that she had her hysterectomy, they all know that she is not pregnant. So they're
all bound
concerned
by
she's
HIPAA.
gonna. They're like, okay, so the next thing she's gonna do, she's gonna try to steal a baby, like a baby that's already been born, is what they're concerned with. So they do this thing called a code pink, where every hospital in the area is on high alert. You know, you just need to be real careful. Someone could be trying to steal a baby, and everybody knew about her, which is why at the beginning, when she's pulled over in the beginning of the documentary, it kind of makes more sense how everybody was treating her. So we keep moving all the way to the point where she is 10 months pregnant. Like, we're going on elephant gestation here. However, one of the friends who lives nearby actually took, so everybody knows this is fake. So she takes pictures of her, and she did not look pregnant at all, especially being 10 months pregnant. And Wade's right there. She doesn't have a stomach. I mean, they should really question Wade in his. I feel like he was more involved with this than.
You think he was involved or just an idiot?
How do you have a picture with him standing in it and that her stomach is flat and not pregnant at all? And he don't say anything.
He didn't address this in the documentary?
No.
Nobody asked him.
No. So then we get to the point where she is, I'm sure he was probably they were probably afraid he'd get up and leave. So then we get to the point where she is scheduled to go in and have the baby, get to be induced. However, that day that she's supposed to be induced.
The doctor got called on an
No,
emergency?
the house catches on fire.
Their house?
Yes.
So she set her own house on fire.
Yes. And so now we've got to cancel it because the house caught on fire or whatever. So
she's an arson now.
yes.
She's just escalating her crimes.
Yes. So then she's just in panic mode. She's like, I got to stop. Just burn the
God,
house.
just stop lying. Jesus Christ.
Okay, so then another day they're going to go in and have the baby. Well, that day there was a bomb threat at the hospital. So
Was there an actual bomb threat at the hospital?
So they had to
or
cancel
she told
the induction.
Wade there was?
No.
Was there a bomb threat at the
No,
hospital?
Wade's mom, she knew at this point that like something was going on. She did look up. There was a bomb threat at the hospital, and because that bitch called the bomb threat in herself. She was the one that called it in. And Wade's mom's like, I know she's lying. I know you know there's a bomb threat because you did it. But she's also becoming very concerned about Wade's safety at this point because she doesn't know what she might do. She's very obsessed with Wade, and this whole thing is just to keep Wade. He did tell his mom that he did confront her pretty harshly about the whole pregnancy thing, and she flipped out on him. So during this time, the internet history shows that Taylor is continually just Googling how to get a baby. And finally, she moves to Reagan's Facebook page and then starts Googling how to perform a C-section.
Well, so, that ain't good.
No. And this is all looking back, their court records looking back on her stuff.
Her forensics on her
Yes,
computer.
The progression of I can't adopt a baby next week. I can't buy a baby next week. So how do I get a baby? And we progress to this. So on October 7th and October 8th, 2020, Reagan and Taylor hung out. Reagan was, 8 months pregnant at the time, and Taylor was scheduled to go in for one of her inductions on October 9th. So Reagan and her were just bonding, and Reagan told her mom, Taylor's just really anxious about the induction and everything, and that they were going to go to Starbucks, and they even Taylor even posted both of this on Facebook that her and Reagan are going to Starbucks and hanging out and stuff like that. So on the morning of October 9th, Taylor and Wade were supposed to go drop off some hogs up near Idabel, Oklahoma, and then go to the hospital for the induction. And they were going to a different hospital now.
So she's like 12 months pregnant, and we're going to go drop off some hogs.
And then go have a baby in Oklahoma. So that morning, Taylor says, hey, I'm not feeling too well, because I'm 17 months pregnant.
Yes.
So it happens, you start getting real uncomfortable at that last, what would that?
Quadmester?
Yes, you start getting real
Quintmester?
uncomfortable. And she said, you go ahead and take those hogs up there and I'll go meet you at the hospital. And this is where I thought, where they explain like he brings hogs to that they hunt the hogs or whatever. So Wade wasn't too sure about this, but she insisted. So he heads up there. It takes about 4.5 hours to get up there to drop off the hogs. Can I talk?
No,
drop
you having a
off
stroke?
the hogs.
So it takes 4.5 hours to drive one way.
To drop off the hogs.
The drive or driving and dropping?
To just drive up to drop the hogs.
So they planned on a 9-hour day of just driving.
And then have a baby.
Then go have the baby after that.
Yes. And Wade, none of this is suspicious at all.
There's no red flags.
So Wade gets up there. He takes this long drive. The guy's like, I didn't order any hogs. He's like, yeah, I have a text message here. And he's like, no, I stopped talking to Taylor and me. Were texting about it a while ago, but I stopped texting her because I don't need the hogs anymore. And I never ordered any. So this text he was getting was from Taylor, I guess, had sent him a text message from another number claiming to be the guy. So he had or Taylor was saying that she was texting him or whatever. Mm-hmm. So it was all a lie to get Wade out of town.
4.5 hours up the road.
Yes. Now, at the same time, Reagan's mom and stepdad were trying to get a hold of Reagan and were unable to. So they're starting to get concerned. She's very pregnant. Her other daughter never made it to daycare. So they're just very worried. So they decide to drive by and check on her. Well, they pull in up to the house. The garage door is open, which is not normal. So they're starting to get concerned. All right, it's been 2 business days since we last recorded that. I know you guys can't tell, but that's what happened. We intended to get this one out on time, but if you heard at the very end, there was the baby.
Now there's no baby.
Yes,
it's still alive.
The baby's still alive. He's asleep right now, and the other ones are in quiet time. So we're going to try to make it through this. So last we left off, we had, I don't have to keep recapping for you guys because I understand. You guys just listen to it.
Yes.
I'm just recapping for myself. Okay, we're getting serious because we're about to get into a very hard part of the documentary. So since the garage door is open, the mom starts walking in and she notices that there's a bunch of blood streaks. And they're thinking, okay, maybe, the dog hurt themselves because it kind of looked like maybe streaks or something, like a dog being dragged hurt their paw or something. And they were just in a rush and they didn't have time to close the garage door. And that's also maybe why they haven't been answering. So then her mom walks in the door. She sees a bloody footprint and she's, at this point, she's like, okay, this is a lot of blood for just being a dog. I'm getting very concerned. She calls out for Reagan, but doesn't hear anything. So next thing in the documentary we hear is the 911 call. Her mom is screaming and crying, saying, my daughter has been murdered. She's screaming, that she's dead. She's dead. And she said, I don't know what happened. Someone got in here and murdered her. So it was real hard to listen to because the mom's finding her 21-year-old daughter dead in her house, like in the house. So
yeah, most likely murdered. So it can't.
Yes.
It's not like she walked in and found like she had a
medical
emergency
or something with their pregnancy and died. There was blood everywhere.
Yes, something terrible has happened.
All right, so now in the documentary, we've come full circle back to the beginning of the documentary where we had Taylor pulling over, calling 911, and then the baby with the umbilical cord still attached. She ran over they also shared at this point she ran over a bird and it was like still in her grill.
Oh.
Like this bitch also took out a bird. Like,
well, we took out a rabbit coming back from South Padre Island.
Yes, I know, Stuart. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't tell you.
I know you didn't, but I heard something, and then you did tell me.
That was a couple weeks later.
Yeah.
You didn't have to see me.
No,
pull
this
it out
bitch has a full bird stuck in her grill, like a big bird. Anyways, the officer was like, "Yeah, she looks like she hit a bird." It's just like this. It's like now I think they know what was going on because maybe everybody's kind of on full alert because it's a small area. So looking back, maybe that's why. But I still stand by the fact that I don't feel like the officers were helping the baby who
They
needed
should
the
have
help.
helped the victim of possible, might have still been able to help it.
Well, yeah, I don't know if
Her.
that. I probably not though. Maybe they knew the baby was past gone because a baby at that many weeks, because I think she was 36 weeks pregnant, would definitely need some assistance
To
coming
go
out with
straight from
yeah,
the womb
would
to
need
a.
some like assistance breathing, and I would think because I know if you have them that early, you need to get like a steroid shot to help develop their lungs if they know you're going to have the baby early, and it helps the baby's lungs get stronger, so when they come out, they can breathe on their own.
Plus, the baby's lungs are probably filled with fluid that it's trying to clear.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think she did anything with this. So, anyways, it was just an odd thing. He's just walking around. He points out this bird that's stuck in her grill and talks about it. So now in the documentary, we do see more footage from her in the police car, and in that footage, she is calling Wade, and he seems very nonchalant about this whole situation. She's like, she says that, or she tells him. She's crying. She's like, I had the baby in the car and everything. And he's like, okay. She's like, we're going up to the hospital and everything. I need you to get up there. Oh, yeah, okay. Let me finish up with what I'm doing. Like, okay. I'm sorry. I'm really starting to have questions about Wade. Like, at first I was like, when I first watched the documentary the first time, I was paying attention but wasn't really zoned in
On
until
Wade's
this
dumb,
time on
dumb
Wade's
fuckery.
nonsense. And now he's looking a little sketchy.
You don't think he was involved in this, do you?
No, I don't think he knew. He had to have known she wasn't pregnant. There's no way. But
And he was just
he was
playing
just
along?
letting her go along. I mean, maybe he didn't know she was going to do this, but I don't know. He just something's not right. With
You
that.
think he's really stupid? He's got to be stupid, or
No, I think he really thought if I hang out with this girl long enough, there might be a little small. He's probably thinking there might be a small chance she's telling the truth about this money, and I need to just hang in here, so I'll just go along with her
then
silliness.
I'll divorce her ass later and take it.
Yes. So he tells the documentary when he's being interviewed, he said that he thought it was like another one of her crazy stories about having the baby in the car. So that's why he didn't seem frantic about it, because she'd already had the house catch on fire and we've already had the bomb threat at the hospital. This is like ridiculous. This is such a ridiculous. I mean, it's super sad at the ending, or like how it turned out.
Well, I mean, there's so many missed opportunities they could have caught her.
Yes, this girl is so ridiculous. Like all her lies, and that people. It comes down to Wade. If Wade had put his foot down and said, I know you're not pregnant, I think he could have stopped. This could have stopped and this wouldn't have happened.
Yes. I mean, also, if they would have investigated the bomb threat and found out it was her, she would have been in jail, not out there killing Reagan.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you do about someone in your town you know is not pregnant and is lying about it, and what do you do? There's no...
Well, calling in the bomb threat's a felony. So... they could have put her in jail.
Well, but
for that
this all probably happened real
out.
fast that they didn't have they probably just, I mean, I'm sure it was like just running the mill. They're like, oh,
They're like,
whatever.
some kids, blah, blah, blah. But if they would have actually investigated, go track these people down through technology forensics, they might have been able to catch her, and her ass would have been in jail.
I still think Wade had some serious responsibility to put an end to this nonsense. He knew.
Well, I mean, if they would have got her and processed her into the jail for the thing, they would have been like, why are you wearing this fake belly? You're not even pregnant. The whole thing would have been exposed right there, and then that would have been the end of that.
She needed Wade to, but it would have had to come down to Wade telling.
Well, Wade sounds like a dumbass. So.
I think Wade just wanted some money. All right, so now in the documentary, we're back to Reagan's mom. She's outside just screaming, and her stepdad shows up. Her mom tells her, like, do not go in there. You do not want to see this. And he said he couldn't help it. He said the cure, he's like, I had to go look.
Reagan's stepfather?
Yeah. Oh. So he goes in and he is in complete shock. He walks back out, and there happens to be a friend of theirs named Chris that has arrived to come and help with the situation. Well, Reagan's 3-year-old daughter is somewhere in this house. They don't know what's happening with her or where she's at, like nothing. They can't hear her in there. They don't know they're just trying to deal with this right here when they're walking in, finding Reagan like this. And so the stepdad starts screaming out for the granddaughter, And finally, he hears a response. But he turned to Chris, and Chris said he just looked at me and like, I can't go in it, because what's going to happen is they had to step over the body to get to because this was when you entered the home through the garage. So I'm guessing like they had a kitchen or something right there.
She was in the hallway going from the
Well, I don't know
garage
if she was
to
in
the
the hallway.
kitchen or
She was wherever she was. They would have had to step over the body to get further into the home to see where the little girl was. And so Chris just looked at him and was like, I'll go do this, because he's a family friend, because he didn't want to put the parents through that. So he goes in, he has to step over her body. He goes to the back room where the daughter is, and he said he just looks, she's just looking she's all curled up on the bed. She's looking at him and just looks terrified. And then all of a sudden she knew who he was. She remembered him, and he said she just ran at me and like jumped in my arms. He's like, I had to catch her because she was so afraid. So what's sad is she probably saw
her mom in that condition.
Yeah, and maybe even saw the attack. They never said if she did or not, but she was 3 years old, so she would have known something was, going on. So he walks out with the daughter in his arms, and thankfully she's okay physically. She wasn't injured in any of this. So it keeps getting worse, because when the police arrive, Reagan's mom says, hey, she is very pregnant. And while she's whenever they found her, she's lying on her stomach. And so the police are like, we're going to have to. So they took the photos that they needed. Like, we're going to have to flip her over to see if the baby's okay or whatever. And they flip her over, and that's when they find out that there's no baby.
Baby's been cut out.
Yes.
And that's where all the blood came from, most likely.
Yeah. So Taylor is arrested. So then we skip in the documentary where Taylor is arrested at this point. Wade shows up to the hospital, and police confront him and take him into a room. And so now while all this is happening, there is this is a small town, so word of mouth is getting around, and the family finds out that they believe it was Taylor who did this to Reagan. Like everybody, all her group of friends, all these people.
They're all putting it together going, oh my God, this bitch did not just do this.
Yeah. And they're like, no, she was. So the friends of Reagan, the people in Taylor's life, they're going, there's no way Taylor could have done this to Reagan. She was literally just at, the mom and stepdad are finding out. She's like, she was just at our house last night, like having dinner and stuff with them. Like it was, they're just can't, Reagan's mom and stepdad cannot believe that this would be Taylor who did this, because she's her friend,
Yeah, she was so nice. She was this, she was that, the other. Just having dinner with us. She would never, I wouldn't think.
All right, so at this point, we do find out that the baby has passed away, and they go in to confront Wade. So they tell Wade that Taylor is in jail, and he's like in jail, and they tell him that best they can tell is that Taylor killed a woman and cut her baby out of her, like flat, like this is what happened. And he did ask about the baby at that point and they said the baby died. He kind of, put his head down a little bit. He was very calm during all this and tells police that I guess my family was right. I've been taking up for Taylor, and it was all a lie. That's all he really said in the documentary.
I don't know how you're supposed to react to finding out you're a dumbass.
How are you not?
What was he supposed to do? Was he supposed to cry? I don't know how he's supposed to react.
I'd be like, what the fuck? What do you mean she killed somebody? Like, there's got to be some sort of shock. There's shock in that. That's a lot. He did at least look upset that the baby didn't make it.
I mean, some people's brains just go numb whenever they hear stuff, and they're like,
okay, I think Wade's brain was numb a lot, way before that.
Well, there you go.
All right, so we have footage of the house. Police go through and see. So they're going into Reagan and Wade's house. They see all this baby stuff, the nursery set up in the house, the crib, the diapers, and then we go back to the interrogation room where they are talking to Taylor, and she's telling police, Wade just wasn't that excited about the baby. Probably because he knew there wasn't one. Okay, like I'm sorry. At some point, he did seem excited. I think at the beginning, but I think at some point he probably knew that there wasn't a baby.
Well, that's because she's being all weird, and he probably never saw her naked. He never had sex, and he's like, I don't know where this is going. He's like, I'm not even sure that this.
Yeah, but you still have a baby that you need to. But, I mean, I guess I feel like maybe if you're...
But he's also like, I'm going to have a baby with this woman. How great is this going to be?
I mean, even even me that carries the babies,
Mm-hmm.
I have a hard time connecting to the baby before it gets here. Like it's and so I imagine I'm sure a lot of people are at that, especially from the man's point of view. They're not growing the baby, they don't feel the baby, and even me who feels the baby, I have a hard time connecting until the baby is actually
5 years old.
No,
What?
what is wrong with you?
What?
Don't. No, I just am like all these things where people are like, oh, I see these videos where people get handed their baby and they're just like
Over the moon.
crying and stuff like that. Birth is very hard. It's very exhausting. So sometimes when they hand you the baby, so this is 4 times I've done this. This was the most peaceful time that I've done it because it was just the epidural was like top notch. I was like in the moment and everything like that. But I don't become overly emotional when the baby comes out. I mean, I think I do a little bit. I cry a little bit sometimes, but I think sometimes I guess I've had 4 now, so it feels like. But it's just like it takes me a minute to get to that point because you're just tired. Things hurt. So imagine as a man, if you're in the same kind of built the same way that maybe I am a little bit, if you haven't carried the baby, you're definitely not going to feel probably connected until the baby comes out, because they say, because men leave their children all the time, they just like up and leave the babies and stuff because
I'm going to go bang this other lady now and make babies with her.
Yeah.
And start a whole new family.
I think men don't connect as well, and then a lot of women they feel very connected to the baby even before it's born, except for me. I'm broken, I guess
So. I'm relieved when the baby comes out. And it's
I think that's what it is. I have a lot of
and...
because I started crying a little bit when this one came out because it was just it's so much anxiety leading up to it, and it's just like, oh, thank God everything's fine. His shoulders didn't get stuck. The epidural worked. Like all those things, and so whenever everything
shoulder didn't get stuck.
Yes, that's my big thing. Was
C-section, got to push it back in, pull it back out the other way.
I'm like I have larger babies, so I was afraid of this shoulder dystocia or whatever it's called. All right, which is why they always try to talk me into doing a C-section, and I continue to decline. All right, so Taylor, she's like the Wade just wasn't that into the baby.
But I continued this ploy anyway because I had sunk costs.
So, well, no, she was obsessed with Wade. She just wanted him to love her.
She could have just bailed out at any time and said, oops, had a miscarriage.
Well, yeah, but this was like she probably knew he was going to leave her after that if she couldn't supply the ranch and the cars were being repossessed and she didn't have a baby. I think the baby was the last thing that she thought could keep him, holding on to her.
Because having a baby always works if you have a troubled relationship. Always.
Yes, always have a baby. It'll fix your marriage. So during her police interview, Taylor continues to lie, saying that Reagan asked her to cut the baby out of her. And they're like, that doesn't.
Sounds
so
like
you're
bullshit.
telling me that she asked you to take the baby.
So the baby hurts, whatever's going on. Instead of her going to the hospital and having professionals do it, you were over there having coffee. She's like, hey, why don't you just slice me open, take the baby, do what you will.
All right, so then we move to the autopsy, and they talk about how the baby was cut out. And the guy was the OBGYN that was the witness or the expert on this, he said the way that she did this was would have been the most painful possible way you could have done this. She cut like behind the uterus or something. I'm not real familiar with, even though I've had 4, I'm not real familiar with how the
uterus is attached.
Yes, but he said he had a hard time looking at this and imagining what she would have went through to whenever this happened, and the baby had little to no chance of surviving the way that she had done this. So in the end, the autopsy showed that she had been stabbed 15 times with 98 incised wounds. And so a stab wound is deeper than it is wide, and an incised wound is wider than it is deep. That's how you tell the difference. But I mean, it's a lot. She was stabbed 112 or 113 times. And then she also had 39 lacerations. So at the end of the documentary, we find out that she was sentenced to death. She's one of 7 women in Texas, and I think she's the youngest.
Well, she should. I
Yes,
think
she should.
She should probably go the way that her victim did as well. I would think would be best.
Yes. And then Wade said that he didn't know at the end they kind of they close it out with Reagan's sister, but at the end they have Wade talking about, he's like, I don't know what she wanted from me. He said, I think that she wanted me to tell her that I loved her, but I never really did. It's like, then why did you continue this on? If you had left, she would have, no, he wouldn't have just been able to leave. He would have had to expose her for this fake pregnancy, because even if he had left, she might have still tried to steal a baby to be like, hey, here's your baby, you need to come hang out with me or whatever. Anyways,
he knew he didn't like her before she said she was pregnant.
Yes. And so then if he'd done it early on, though, left her, she might have just faked a miscarriage and went and figured out something else. I don't know. She's crazy. I mean, it's not Wade's fault, but Wade, people said, he said that everybody was mad at him, and I understand why, because they probably all feel that you could have helped in this before something like this happened.
Yes, I mean, if I'm living, he's living with her. I'm living with you. I know you're pregnant.
Yes.
I know you don't have a fake belly.
Yes.
What lengths did she go through to not be anywhere in any state of dress around this guy?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But they showed the picture the friend took, and Wade was in the picture, and her stomach was flat, and she was supposed to be like 400 months pregnant or whatever. I wonder how many questions they asked Wade in his involvement, or they just were like, okay, he's just.
We got to get him into this documentary. We're on his side, so we're not going to.
No, I'm talking about the police.
Oh.
I feel like the police, and they said that. Oh, that was one of the theories. They thought Wade was kind of standoffish about it because he thought that the police would think he was involved because their house was full of baby stuff, and so that's what they think. And so,
oh my God, they're going to make me complicit in this.
That I had something to do with all of this. But anyways, then they had Reagan's sister on there, and she said she talked about that hell wouldn't be. She hoped it was something about.
Hell wouldn't be hot enough for this bitch?
No, hell would be easy for her because basically she's
a demon.
Yeah.
It would be like going home.
She closed it out very, very poignantly. Is that the word? Poignantly.
Yes, that's one you could use. Mm-hmm. Yes, I don't know what she's thinking. Every time I hear about these babies being cut out of women, even by like a nurse or something like that, the babies always end up dying. They always end up getting caught.
Yes, I hear the stories about people going to pick up free baby clothes on Facebook, and remember there was one like that where she showed up at the house and the lady cut the baby out of her.
Yeah, and the baby died.
Yeah,
I think.
Well, she
definitely didn't get away with it.
The Lifetime movie I watched was about the one who she waited till her friend had the baby, then she killed her friend, stole the baby, and then she had like a boyfriend or whatever, or ex-boyfriend that was the father. And she just brought like a 2-month-old home, and I guess he knew nothing about babies, which I didn't really know much about him either. So maybe you could have tricked me too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Said, look, Kara, here's your baby that you had.
Yes.
I guess I did.
You could have handed me like a 2-month-old or a newborn and be like, it looks close enough. Like, I don't know. Anyways, it's a Lifetime movie called Stolen Baby or something like that. But it's a true story, and she killed her friend, but she took the baby after it was born. But thankfully they were able to recover, or they were able to get the baby back without her harming it.
I mean, that's how I would assume one would do it, is wait till they have the baby and then steal it.
Yeah, which that's what they thought she was going to do. They thought she was going to go into the hospital and steal somebody's baby.
And that's why there was red alerts at all these
Hospitals.
hospitals.
Code pink over there.
Because they knew that this bitch was crazy. Everybody knew this bitch was crazy and that she was about to do something.
You know what? I wasn't real impressed with our hospital's security in the baby ward.
What are you talking about?
They didn't have this hospital, whenever we were in Louisiana, when we had the baby, baby had a monitor, a security monitor bracelet on the baby.
Yeah, because if you pass a certain point, the alarm will go off.
Yes, and
whenever you left, you had to have them removed.
I had a matching one, so and the baby. So
if the baby got too far away from you, it would go off.
Yes. And then you couldn't, when you left, they took the little thing off, and then you could leave, but you could not come into the unit without being approved in. I feel like this one there, you were just like, called me like, yeah, I'm here to have a baby. Okay, buzz you in.
Buzz you in.
Yeah, there was like no security on the babies whatsoever.
Yeah, there was no video camera.
No.
For the people coming into the ward.
Now that I think about it, it wasn't great. And people are crazy about babies, like stealing them and stuff, you know?
Yeah, I don't know what they do with them. They sell them or
I don't know.
keep them or
I think maybe keep them. I think if you're crazy enough to steal a
traffic 'em.
baby, it's because you want a baby.
Or
Like
they're
you want a
trafficking 'em,
baby.
I guess.
I don't think
To
no
somebody that
nobody
wants
is.
them.
This is how these like urban legends come. No one that is trafficking children is going in and stealing a baby out of a baby ward.
Well, they
They're-
had that nurse that was killing the babies, shooting them up with something.
Okay, well that's different. You said trafficking. Nobody. It's this whole thing where everybody acts like everybody's getting taken in like Target parking lots. No, they traffic easy targets. They go and try to lure people or people that are either living
There
on the
was a
streets
red
or
sticker
something
on my
like that.
car. They targeted
Yes,
me.
that goes around on the mom Facebook group in
Every
this
6
town
months.
every couple of weeks. Like there was a white dot. It's like it was probably bird shit. Okay. Like nobody's targeting you. No one's getting. And we have a our area is a higher trafficking area.
Yeah, we're in a corridor.
Yeah, but it's not. People aren't just being. I mean, I'm sure it. Don't come in. I'm sure it happens on occasion, but no, on the day to day, no one's marking people's cars and taking them from the parking lots of the Target with your Starbucks. Nobody's doing that, okay? They're taking vulnerable populations, and that's who they're trafficking because they want it to be easy.
Yes, plus there's too many cameras at these stores.
I mean, I have heard of them luring young girls, though. That's how they get on the internet and having them go someplace and then taking them like that. They've done that, but I've heard of that happening.
Yeah, you want them to go not to a Target or Walmart parking lot where there's a shit
just
ton of cameras.
With cameras and people and stuff like that, so... Anyways, I think if someone stole a baby out of a ward, it would be either some sort of like family custody situation or somebody really wanting somebody who couldn't have a baby that really, really wanted one would be your driving forces.
Definitely be news.
Yes.
Local, state, possibly national.
Yes. Yes. If people were getting stolen out of parking lots left and right, there would be news stories about this. That's pretty salacious to get stolen. I mean, every time we see someone
with verifiable missing persons.
Yes, because sometimes we do see where someone tried to steal a kid out of a cart or something like that, and it always makes national news and it goes all over social media and stuff like that. But most of the time, if there's a child abduction, it's usually a family member or something like that.
Yes, the parent or...
Yeah, we just got one. It looks like it's the parent.
Yeah, 11-month-old taken by a 20-year-old.
21, same last name.
Yep.
I'm assuming it's the mother who didn't have custody and she took the baby.
Yes. Had some visitation, stole the baby.
Yeah. And maybe not even stole it. Maybe they just don't know where she's at. She went somewhere she wasn't supposed to. And
went to get a yogurt with the child.
Yeah. Like, call the police. Anyway, so.
You were not supposed to leave the secure facility with the baby.
Yeah. But anyway, so that is the second part of Maternal Instinct. Very sad story, but at least that bitch is in jail now.
Yes.
That liar, pants on fire, and hopefully Wade has learned his lesson.
Hopefully she doesn't
by
get a
being
bunch of
publicly
appeals.
shamed by all of this. So, all right, Stu, do you have a Y'all Need Jesus?
Of course I do. You sent it to me.
Yes, I sent it to you. I thought this one was not fun, but funny. But
I mean, for what happened to the fella, it is.
Yes. Okay. Of course.
I will read this without the state for the other people that might want to guess Florida or not Florida.
I didn't even see what the state was.
You
I didn't know. I just saw the headline. Was like, well, this is it.
Man had fatal heart attack while trying to dispose of a strangled girlfriend's body, according to the DA. Florida or not Florida?
Not Florida.
Okay, coming to us from 9 News.
Oh, wait, was this in Alabama or something like that?
Author Lars Loneroth, WMAZ, Macon, Georgia.
Georgia. I thought it was an Alabama man, though, or something.
A Macon man is believed to have died of a heart attack. What's happening? I hate these whenever you get these pop-ups and they're trying to open up.
Oh, I get so mad at the amount of pop-ups on news articles, recipes.
Well, when you're scrolling through the news article, there's an ad, and if you and it seems like it's very sensitive because it always wants to open the ad.
Well, no, I just find they just even have so many pop-ups. Or what if the ones where you're scrolling and the ad expands while you're scrolling or whatever?
Yes.
It's so annoying. It's too much.
No,
But then if they ask me to pay for it without ads, I'm like, fuck you, I ain't doing that. This is supposed to be free.
Yeah. Free, ad-free, and free.
Yes.
And send me a free sample box.
As you'll be listening to our ads throughout this podcast.
Yes, as you have listened to ads.
We're nothing but if not hypocrites too, okay?
We are.
We give people hard times for the things that are wrong with us.
Yes. We all hate ads, but
they're unfortunately unnecessary evils too.
Unnecessary? Or
unnecessary. Yes.
Anyway, getting back to our Y'all Need Jesus. He's believed to have died from a heart attack while trying to dispose of the body of his girlfriend in a wooded area of Alabama on June 10th.
Oh, that's where the Alabama. I did kind of scan through the article.
Yes.
Yeah.
Chambers County DA Mike Segrist confirms to Channel 13 WMAZ or WMAZ that Daniel Robbins of Macon, Georgia was found dead alongside his girlfriend Jessica Folds in a wooded area of Chambers County across state lines in Alabama.
You can't make this shit up. Like, this would be in a movie or something. We'd be like, this is ridiculous.
Yes. This would never.
This would never happen.
The investigation determined that Robbins allegedly strangled Folds to death, but while trying to dispose of her body, died from a heart attack, according to Segrist. Chambers County is on the border of Georgia and Alabama, roughly a 2.5-hour drive from Macon. Segrist confirmed to 13 WMAZ that Robbins and Folds were involved in a romantic relationship. When deputies with Chambers County Sheriff's Office first responded on June 10th to an area of County Road 187, they were trying to understand why a vehicle was parked on the roadway. But as they went into the wooded area, they found the bodies of Robbins and Folds. At the time, Chambers County Sheriff's Office said that the Alabama State Bureau of Investigation and the Chambers County Coroner's Office responded to the scene, leading the investigation.
Sorry, guys, that was my ice. I'm drinking an iced coffee, not...
It's booze.
No, it's not.
I wish vodka in there. It's a White Russian.
I do miss the days when we had. I was thinking about it on the drive home when I was like, "Oh, we got to finish recording today. We got to get this out." And I was thinking the day, and I was like, "Oh, the children interrupted us, and so we always have to pause and then get back to it and stuff." And I was thinking there was a time whenever we had to pause and come back to it because we had drank too much.
Or we had to go get our drinks and refresh them to come back.
Yes. And now
so that we could get drunk enough to where we'd be like, we're going to have to pause here and record
I still
tomorrow.
Specifically remember one time where I was like, you can't do this anymore. And then you had to come back on and it was like, you were like, I said, you notice a difference in Stu's voice. I can't listen back to the ones currently. I definitely can't listen to those ones. I'll just crawl in a hole and die.
Yet they're still out there to be listened to.
They're still out there in the world.
Now, according to Segrist, the autopsy results revealed that Folds had been strangled to death and Robbins is believed to have suffered a heart attack while trying to dispose of the body. According to the obituary for Jessica Folds, she was from Lanett, Alabama, or Lanett. Don't come at me with the Valdosta stuff. I'm not sure how to pronounce this Alabama town. It is unclear how long Folds and Robbins knew each other. Jessica touched the lives of many with her heart of gold, deep love for everyone, and a smile that brightened the world, according to her obituary. Anybody with information? I don't know what kind of information they need on the case.
Okay, well, let's not read that part. Okay.
Would you like me to give you the phone numbers?
No. Why do they need? They got who did it. He's dead.
Call the Alabama
Sometimes
State
the
Bureau of
Lord works in mysterious ways,
And smited him.
And smited him in that moment.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a crazy one. You should make sure you're in good shape if you're going to murder your girlfriend and haul her out to the woods. So you got to make sure you're in good shape. Can't be doing that. You got to do some stairs. I've been trying to take the stairs at work, trying to get more steps in case I need to dispose of it.
This murder.
Huh?
That's where you're going to go with this?
That I've been taking the stairs to try to be healthier? Yes. Anyways. All right. Well, we appreciate everybody that's here and made it this far. And we...
the Hebs?
Yep. What is that again?
Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone. And bye, Stu's, the Hebs.
Yes.
Also, the letters for HEB. So.
Yep.
We appreciate everybody, all the Patreons out there. Again, you can join patreon.com/blessthismesspodcast. We'll be doing our Shoot the Poo this week. And then we also have Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. And I think that's it. Rate, review, subscribe. And do you have anything else to add, Stu?
I do not.
We hope you guys have a great 4th of July weekend.
Happy birthday, America.
Have a hot dog, okay? Have a hamburger. We're having hamburgers and hot dogs for 4th of July.
I'm not eating no hot dogs.
I know you don't eat hot dogs, but the rest of us Americans eat hot dogs. Stu can't handle a hot dog. It gives him indigestion.
Yes, it's God knows what's in that meat.
I don't care what. I get the kosher ones. They're supposed to be better.
They still.
You eat a brat.
I do eat a brat.
I didn't get any brats though. I just got we're gonna make burgers, and we're gonna make hot dogs and potato salad and baked beans, and then I'm on my no refined sugar situation right now. So now I wanted to make my berry trifle that's for 4th of July, but they didn't have any sugar-free angel cake. But they use that fake sugar in there, so I was trying to not give that to the kids. I don't want them to have the fake sugar, I'm okay with it. I'm totally fine. I'm already fucked, so it's fine. But the kids, I wasn't going to give them the fake sugar, so now I've got to make an angel food cake from scratch. Mm. However, the angel food cake, how you make it is you whip the egg whites, and then the sugar in it is it's light enough, the dry, to make it light and everything. So now I had to figure out how to make it with maple syrup. So now I got a recipe, but I need to use maple syrup, and it's more like a custard. So then we got to see, and then I had to buy a pan, and it's just it's really escalating quite quickly.
Why don't you just make it with refined sugar this year and practice your other
No, because I've been doing good. I haven't had refined sugar in over a week. I've noticed my energy level has been... I'm still having some sugar. I'm having the maple syrup, the pure maple syrup in my coffee in the morning, and then I made an iced coffee this afternoon. But I've noticed my energy has stabilized in the afternoons. I'm not having...
crashing?
Yeah. And I don't necessarily think it was I don't think it was the difference between the refined sugar versus the regular, the maple sugar and maple syrup or anything like that. I think what it did was whenever I say I'm not going to eat refined sugar, all of a sudden everything that's made sweets like cookies, cakes, all that kind of stuff, iced coffees from Seven Brew or wherever it is, all have refined sugar in it. So I'm like, oh, well, I can't have that because I'm not eating refined sugar. So then I don't drink it. So then I'm having very limited. It was rough, though, guys. It was rough the first couple of days. I had a pretty bad headache. Oh, I had my medical emergency where I had to take that nap.
Yes. We explained to everybody how we were late on the Shoot the Poo.
Yeah, I had, all of a sudden, I just crashed.
She almost died.
I almost died. It was a medical emergency. I was just sitting there, and then all of a sudden, I just had to lay down, and I fell asleep. We were supposed to, but it was because I was detoxing from all the sugar, because I ate quite a bit of sugar.
Yeah,
I've never given up
ate
sugar.
Enough for 10 people, I guess, every day.
Yeah, I
ate a lot, I thought, between my coffee.
And... I made black...
I would drink a Coke a day.
I made black bean... Well, my problem is at work they make cookies. They provide lunch for us, so I'd grab a cookie or whatever. Or people bring stuff into the office with it in it. Or my coffee in the morning had refined sugar. I don't know if pure sugar like honey and maple syrup process differently in your body. Maybe it does. I think it does. The
amount that you were eating your refined sugar, you probably couldn't eat that much maple syrup either.
No, I couldn't. No, I couldn't. So anyway, so we're going to venture that. But I did make black bean brownies, and the kids didn't even notice different. They loved them. They were good, though. They were really good.
You just mix some beans into the mix, or it's all beans?
No. You, I think you can do it that way, but mine didn't have flour in it either. So you took a can of black beans, and you had to drain and rinse them really well. You don't want that black bean slime on there. And then you had to take oats, and you put it all in a food processor, and you got to get it real blended up because that's where you can get that texture of those beans. So you want it all mushed up, and then you add your, I use maple syrup to sweeten it, and then cocoa powder, which doesn't have any sugar in it. And then, I can't remember, there wasn't even any egg in it. It was just that, I think. Maybe baking powder or something. And then I used regular semi-sweet chocolate chips, so that did have some refined sugar. But I'm not throwing out all of our stuff. I'm not going to make anything with...
Poison!
Yeah.
Poison! Poison! In the garbage.
That's what Modern Family... Poison! Where Cam goes and throws away everything. And Mitch is just looking at him like...
Here we go again.
Here we go again. He was on a fast or whatever, so... I'm not throwing away all of our stuff, but I will replace it. But I don't know how you chocolate chips might be the one thing that I'm like, we got to still have our little bit of refined sugar because we need. I think it's probably harder to replace the chocolate chip using something else. Yes, but they might.
I can't have you doing that shit again. Like you watched on the internet how to make your own laundry detergent.
Yes, and then I got on laundry.
We've been clogging up our laundry for the last 2 years or whatever it is now.
I started making our own laundry. I'm like, look how cheap this is, and it's better. Da 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 da. And then I got on Laundry Talk. And
yes, there is a channel called Laundry Talk on the YouTubes.
Well, she's probably the same lady that does it.
Whatever
She puts people in their places about this. She's like, you need to be using. She just calmly tells them, what are you doing? They make we have science has come a long way with detergent. Why are you not just buying the detergent with the proper ingredients and everything? Stop.
Everybody said there's poison in it.
Yes.
And it's poisoning your laundry soap, which is getting on your skin and causing all these things. So make
we've
your
switched back. I got the She said to get the Ariel laundry detergent, so I got that, and so we're gonna start using that, and it smelled good.
She's probably making money for every box that gets sold.
No, I don't know if she is or not. I don't know. She's got I don't care. I learned a lot from her. Okay, I listened to all of her stuff.
Do you think it's true?
Yes, she has a science degree. Okay.
What?
She said a lot of things about polymers and enzymes and chemicals and.
You sure she wasn't reading Google?
Maybe, but she did a good job at it.
I could tell you all about your labs and everything, and I just read Google.
Okay, well, whatever.
My labs.
Why are you? You don't know anything about laundry, so don't start.
I will in 5 minutes, and I'll tell you all about it.
If you have an entire account called Laundry Talk, then in 700,000 followers, then I'll take your advice. But until then, we're using Ariel. That's what she said is the best laundry detergent. Okay.
Sure. Right. Smells up the whole house. Smells
it
nice
does.
too.
It smells really nice. Whenever I walked in, I was like, oh, you used the new one instead of our.
I didn't know. It just smelled that way when the guy brought the bags. They're in the little. Yeah, it smells.
You haven't even used it yet?
I had cut the bag open and used some, but with the bags closed, I could smell it whenever the Walmart guy left them at the door. You open the door and it would just smell
All right. So that's where we're at right now. That's our journey. That's my current journey that I'm on is refined sugar free. I think I'm going to stay that way because I really have noticed a big stabilization of my energy levels, and I think it'll just get better. But it was very rough. Very rough. I had a headache for like a week.
I'll finish up all the refined sugar in the house.
Yes, you do that. I think I hear a baby starting to fuss, so we will.
I don't hear nothing. You're just trying to get out of here?
No, I can hear him.
Oh, okay.
So we will see you next time. Bye, everyone. Say bye, Stu.
Bye, Stu.
Don't you know it's bad luck to be superstitious?